This next story. Boosie. Boosie Boo. Lil Boosie. Boosie badass. Boosie. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. He recently said that he wished that R. Kelly was free and that Michael Jackson was alive so that they could do a versus against each other. Because people are tapping in from different other places, Young Dread. You got people tapping in from Facebook, Twitch, X or whatever. And it could be something wrong because usually there are people on YouTube, but I don't see it as of right now. But you know, it is what it is. But Boosie Badass had the audacity to say, I wish Mike Jackson was alive and that R. Kelly was free so that they could do a versus battle so it could be put to rest that R. Kelly is better than Michael Jackson for once and for all. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna show you what he said. I'm gonna show you what he said, then we gonna get to that.
I just wish two things so I could prove my point to the world. I wish Michael Jackson wasn't dead and R. Kelly was free so they could do a verse. R. Kelly would smoke Michael Jackson. A lot of y'all might get in y'all feelings, but R. Kelly would smoke Michael. Wouldn't even be close. You could ask somebody else with Michael Jackson and they can't beat R. Kelly. That nigga kills. They gonna put your ass in the closet, bring you out the closet. You want the braids, the flat top, the bald head. Real shit. Now, I ain't talking about stage performance. Ain't nobody fucking with Mike. And versus song for song, and R. Kelly gonna smoke Michael Jackson. Man. Gonna be front row. R. Kelly will smoke Michael Jackson. Man. Not even. It won't be even close. I just wish two things.
I just wish you shut the hell up sometime, Boosie. I rock with you, Boosie. But there's a great difference between Michael Jackson and R. Kelly. First and foremost, Young C so says stay off that lane, huh? Yeah, there must be some glitch because I'm seeing that a certain amount of people are watching, but when I clicked over on YouTube while that video was playing, more people are watching on YouTube than I even knew or whatever. But it's cool, right? Let me clarify something for you, Boosie Boo, Boosie Badass. Let me clarify something for you. The difference between R. Kelly, who's a hell of a performer slash singer, and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a consummate performer, entertainer, singer, writer, producer. His opinion is juvenile. R. Kelly can sing. R. Kelly can produce. R. Kelly has a slew of hits. But what I want y'all to think about for a minute, R. Kelly was AI before AI came around. I'm going to say that again. R. Kelly was AI before AI came around. Let that sink in. Because I know y'all like, what the hell are you talking about, Big Phil? He wasn't a robot. He wasn't a robot. No, but R. Kelly was the greatest biter, imitator, emulator, and style stealer of all times. Just about every hit that he put out came from somebody else's style, somebody else's song, etc., etc. If you don't believe me, go back and see he emulated Charlie Wilson. He imitated a couple of singers from Chicago that did the step music. Just about all his styles came from every other places. He definitely stole Aaron Hall's style. That's a factor mundo. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I said he was AI before AI. Now he could, I'm not taking that away. He had vocals. He could sing. He could really sing. He had skills. For somebody that was illiterate, allegedly, he had skills behind behind the board when it came to production and putting together songs and etc. But a lot of his style or styles came from other people in their styles. A lot of people. No, I ain't just talking about public announcement. I'm talking about R. Kelly. R. He stole style from Joe and then tried to blackball Joe back in the day. Aaron Hall said, "Don't be afraid," and Kells wasn't afraid and snatched his vibe. Now I feel a way about certain transgressions of R. Kelly. I do. There have been certain allegations about Michael Jackson or whatever the case may be. But R. Kelly stole everything from a, a plethora of artists back in his day and artists that came before him. I'm not even talking about, you know, how some rappers or some singers might sing a one-liner or something from somebody else, or they might grab the music from something else. And R. Kelly was a biter, as we used to say in hip hop, a copycat, a mimicker. Remember that movie Mimic? He could eloquently mimic other individuals and make it seemingly his own and created great hits out of it, or whatever the case may be. Hits that some of you all still listen to and will listen to probably until the end of time. However, to compare him with Michael Jackson, who could not only sing and started out as a child prodigy, a child act, a child singer, but could dance his ass off and produce. Now, did Michael Jackson have people produce him? Yes, he did. But you can't compare Michael Jackson and R. Kelly in no sense of the word to me. To me. Michelangelo, GMG, TKBS Nation in the building. Definitely a biter at all times. See, some of y'all just listen to music. Oh, that's my jam. Fellas be like, okay. The ladies love it. Let me get behind them bonds and dance with you. But y'all not really paying attention to too much. Y'all just like either the music or y'all might hear something y'all hear. I mean, hear something that you like and fall in line with it. But you ain't doing the knowledge on the fact that most of his style, probably about 90-something% of his styles that he showcased were other individuals: Aaron Hall, Joe, Stevie Wonder, Charlie Wilson. I can go down a list. That's it. Michelangelo. MJ had 30 years of R&B ahead of Kales. Michael Jackson is one of the reasons why black artists got put on pop charts. Michael Jackson sold out arenas way bigger than anything R. Kelly has ever performed, sung in, and did anything in. Not saying that R. Kelly didn't sell out arenas, but Michael Jackson sold out arenas, stadiums, festivals by his damn self. Not with a plethora of other artists and not other artists opening up. Michael Jackson did it by himself. He did right for MJ too. That's a fact. Now, might have been some women to give up their panties and allegedly some girls too, or whatever the case may be. Michael Jackson had them falling the hell out. fainting. Fainting. From teenagers all up to old ass women fainting. Mike Jackson, R. Kelly. Levels. There are levels, Slim. Boosie, I need you to do the knowledge. I challenge you to refute anything I'm saying. Somebody send this to Boosie, boo. Monique Ruffin, good morning to ye. MJ can beat R. Kelly with his kid, with his Jackson 5 catalog alone. Ooh, ooh. We ain't gonna get into the acting. We ain't gonna get into the acting side of it. R. Kelly, he was acting all right. He was acting on that damn interview with old girl, with Oprah Winfrey's best friend. Me, you're playing with my life. Ass knuckle. You was playing with your life, but I ain't gonna go there. And said, woo, MJ was found not guilty and built Netherlands lands to stop. Man, listen, a lot of people owe that man an apology. A lot of people owe that man an apology. Thank you so much, Monique Ruffin. I appreciate that. Gail, that's it. That interview he did with Gail, that was acting. That's about the end of his acting right there. One set, oh my God. Bing! That right there. One sets trends, the other followed trends. That part. Boosie, how dare ye? How dare ye? Now, you might have personally interacted or felt a closer relation to R. Kelly's catalog than Michael Jackson's because of your age, maybe, or for, what you're into. But to say that R. Kelly was greater than Michael Jackson, I don't even think R. Kelly is in the top 3. He's brilliant at what he's done. Get all of the cases, the allegations, and all that stuff, right? He's brilliant for what he's done, but he's a brilliant biter. He's a brilliant imitator. But I would say that Chris Brown would be in a better running for competition of Mike than R. Kelly. And not saying that Chris has the exact amount of hits or enough hits, but the totality, the package, singing, dancing, entertaining, acting, and other things. Chris checks all those things off. Checks all those boxes off. Yeah, R. Kelly a brilliant bam. And shout out to Gail King. I apologize for not getting your name right, Gail King. I apologize. That's a fact. MJ debuted a music video on 10 different networks, and 7 of them wasn't music networks. And like I said, he's one of the reasons why Black artists could go pop and could be on other channels and stations and things of that nature and be in the building in certain places back in the day. Y'all better do your due diligence. Boosie, I rock with you, but you better do your due diligence. Usher would be a better matchup than R. Kelly for the same reasons. Kels can act too. Yeah, he put on an award-winning stellar act with Gail King, Michelangelo. Hold up. Before people say I'm hating, that Trapped in the Closet series, yes. I was just about to say that. You must have read my mind. Trapped in the Closet took a whole lot of talent. He did that. I ain't gonna listen. I can't take that away from Bama. He did that. But his acting didn't put him in no movies and in no TV shows to that capacity. I'll say that or whatever. He should have used them. He should have used them talents more for the good, and maybe gotten some blockbuster films instead of being in his basement and in the back room and these other places acting and creating the films that he was creating. Pun in, no pun intended. Huh? Now again, R. Kelly got hits. He got a catalog. He got a catalog. But Michael Jackson got a catalog. Matter of fact, he owned other people's catalogs at the time. But another difference with the accusations that I'm saying, allegedly he bit off of this one, that one, that one, that one, and the third. Let me say allegedly, even though we know what it is. Michael Jackson has never been accused of stealing nothing from nobody. He's actually pioneered, frontlined certain things in R&B, soul music, pop music that others have emulated up till this day. Up till this day. Boosie, I think you better let it go. Let it go, Boosie Boo. Cause you're talking like you off that snow. Maybe blow. Let it go. I'm just saying, Boosie. I'm just saying, champ. I don't know what possessed you to say what you said, but you said it anyway. Pin this to the tiz real quiz ye. Pin There we go. Let's put that up there. I think you better let it go. Let it go if you choose to. Don't come up here with no bullshiggery. Don't come up here with no bullshiggery. But if you want to come up here, get your ones and twos. It's the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, huh? I know y'all tired of just hearing me just say everything that I say. Kelly wouldn't beat Stevie Wonder neither. Man, talk about it. Talk about it. Now, if you want to talk about somebody that's in, I totally didn't even mention Stevie. Stevie Wonder would be in the running to go against Michael Jackson way before R. Kelly. Let alone the fact that Stevie Wonder is a visually impaired individual who has produced a lot of his hits, plays instruments, sings his ass off, and has created babies, grandbabies, and grandbabies, including R. Kelly, in this industry from his vocal prowess and the way that he sings, the words that the songwriting capabilities that he has. I've said it before. The day that Stevie Wonder passed, that's the one artist that I'm probably gonna shed tears over when he go, and that's on my mama. When Mike released a new video back in the day, it used to be a world premiere, and they used to would announce it's coming on at a certain time, and we would be glued to the TV to watch the release of his new video. That's a fact of Mundo. How many artists get that now? Just imagine if Michael Jackson would have been in his prime during this social media era. Ooh, ooh, it'd be a lot of artists mad, a lot of artists hating, because some hated on him then. Just imagining him in his prime, off the wall thriller age now with social media. Oh my God. Stevie would have a better chance beating MJ because that's his mentor. Aha! And Stevie Wonder's another child prodigy as well, who started off young. So, Boosie, I hope y'all chop it up and send this to him. I think you need to do your Googles. I think you need to do your due diligence, gain an understanding on musical history when it comes to R. Kelly. and Michael Jackson. Both great entertainers, both great for their singing. Levels. 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 He definitely had the Beatles catalog. He had a couple people, other people's catalogs too. And they hated that. Prince would be a better choice than R. Kelly. Prince. Shout out to the purple one. Prince. Musical genius. Played I don't know how many instruments. Allegedly, years ago, they said he had enough albums that he was 10, 20 projects in that he could have put out well before he passed. Played a plethora of instruments, produced and wrote for a lot of other individuals, could really sing. Hell of a performer, innovator who birthed a lot of babies and grandbabies, etc., that y'all know of and that y'all don't know of that's been in the music industry. Richard, ooh, yeah, pause, no Diddy. James Brown was definitely his mentor. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yep. Stevie Wonder, James Brown, you name it. How dare you? How dare you, Boosie? And I rock with you to even put that comparison out there. I don't know how many albums, how many units R. Kelly has sold in his career, but I can almost guarantee it don't match up nowhere near the diamond albums that Michael Jackson got, the platinum albums Michael got, et cetera, et cetera. I can almost guarantee. I guess Jug changed his mind. Maybe he had to step away. But Boosie, nah, my brother, nah, nah. I get it. I get it. You might have made a couple of them babies off of R. Kelly or whatever the case may be. I get that. But nah, there's levels, champ. There's levels. And that's me talking without really harping on why he's locked up. I'm talking about his musical prowess. Prince might be the greatest pure musician ever. Mm. You know who else is dope like Prince and comes from that same area? Stokely from Mint Condition plays a rack of instruments. The from Breaking My Heart, Pretty Brown Eyes, all them songs. He laid the vocals, lead and background vocals, played most of the instruments in the songs, and the band came along and played it while they were out. He's another one. He's definitely a Prince prodigy. I'm just saying. Phil, you're gonna have to cover Prince Adore You just a verse to the end of time. Nope. Not gonna be able to do it until the end of time. Nah. Yeah, yeah. Young Steve, you know a little something. Listen, trying to told you. Listen, y'all might think what y'all want about old Phil. Phil don't know this. Phil ain't did this. Phil ain't been around this. Whatever the case you think. One thing I do know is some music. One thing I've been around is some music. I've been in sessions. I've been around A-listers at a time, all the way down to the D-listers. I've seen some things, done some things, been privy to some things, and been close to some people that have been around the same thing. One thing I came up as a student of music. I came up as a student of music. I don't know everything. I'm not gonna play it like I'm some kind of music guru. No, no. But I do know a little bit about a whole lot. You hear me? A little bit about a whole lot, and a lot sometimes about a little bit. You hear me? But Boosie, nah. Nah, brother, nah, brother, nah, brother. I'm just saying. Mike was an originator. Even though he did do a couple of emulate a couple of James Brown's moves, Mike was an innovator in a lot of things that he did. That in and of himself, his family, and the team he had around him. Michael Jackson didn't never esteemed to sound like nobody else in the industry. Michael Jackson ain't never bite off of nobody else that I can recall or remember. Michael Jackson set the tone, set the bar, set the trends, and set the music world on fire, especially in his heyday. Michael Jackson was a part of some monumental projects, monumental events, monumental tours and shows, monumental movies or movie, depending on how you think about that movie. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Michael Jackson is a different caliber of singer, entertainer, and everything else. Different caliber. Now, some would say the fact that R. Kelly can't read or allegedly can't read or whatever the case may be, that that makes him somewhat special too, right? And in some ways it is because you got musicians out there that don't know how to read music and can play the hell out of some keys or whatever, play the piano, play the organ, and get busy with it. One of my childhood friends was like that. I don't know if he learned later on to read music, but he could pick it up by ear and play it within 10 seconds. Like nobody's building a business. Sorry about that. Shout out to Jason Wood. Shout out to the homie. But there's people that do that. But Michael Jackson was different. Terry Murray, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. It just tripped me out when I heard Boosie talking, and I'm just like, what Boosie? Whatever tree you done got your hands on, take that back to the dispensary. Say you don't want that THCA or that Delta 8, 9, 10, or 100. You don't want that. Take that back. And they starting to ban those all across the country too, y'all. But anywho, now what I don't want is Boosie be like, who this Bama, this light skinned Bama talking about? I know what I know, Boosie, and you got to prove me a liar. You got to prove me wrong, champ. In anything that I'm saying. Now you probably couldn't make as many babies to Mike Jackson, but you definitely sold a lot more arenas out with Mike Jackson. You definitely got more worldly causes dealt with Michael Jackson. And like I said, R. Kelly might have got in some panties and got them thrown at him. Michael Jackson had them falling the hell out, fainting, just like that. Levels. I'm not gonna lie, it took me years before I found out that R. Kelly stole that from Lenny Williams. Factamundo, one of the greatest thefts of music, biting of music. Just took that man's signature line, that signature run, and ran with it. And some of y'all youngers just didn't know. You didn't know. And it's a wonder Lenny Williams had never really came out and said, this bam ass nigga here, that ain't him, this me. Mike had them throwing bloomers at him. But yeah, that's a fact of Mundo. Stole that man's oh. That's Lenny Williams. But shout out to musicianship, shout out to singing, shout out to opinions, shout out to the debate of it all. Who's the greatest? Who would be the greatest? Does R. Kelly have more hits or bigger hits than Michael Jackson? I don't think so. I don't think so. If you want to go statistically, like I said, I don't think R. Kelly, any of his albums gone diamond. I don't think so. Just platinum or whatever, but not diamond. I don't think R. Kelly's songs has had quite the cultural impact as Michael Jackson either. Now, I Believe I Can Fly has gone around the world and back again, or whatever the case may be. Some of his other hits are big, but they're big more within just the R&B soul circuit in the hood, in your bedroom type of circuit, right? But Michael Jackson touched the masses. Touched the masses. Michael Jackson in the stratosphere by himself. That's a fact of mundo. That's a fact of mundo. And this just ain't for Boosie. This for any of you other, whether you a singer, whether you a musician, whether you a podcaster, whether you a critic, whether you a hater, whether you a consumer, whether you just somebody that care a lot or somebody don't care at all. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence, because some of y'all talking some bullshiggery when it comes to Mike Jack. You hear me? Oh, sidestep. Let me say this. Starting Wednesday, I didn't test it like I should have, so it didn't come across the way that it need to. But I will have this broadcast. You will see this on IG as well. Connie Baptiste. Good morning to ye. You will see this on IG as well. Instead of me talking to people on IG, they'll be able to see the broadcast or whatever. People on the IG will have to come over here to kind of commingle though, so they can get their comments read and be a part of the dialogue though. Exactly, Leroy. Selling out soccer stadiums, football stadiums, amphitheaters that were way bigger than the Barclays and places like that in Madison Square Garden. Mike Jack did that and did it without co-headliners and did it without opening acts and all the things at a time. At a time. Y'all better act like y'all know. Y'all better act like y'all know. Yeah, y'all go ahead and clip it up and like that Bama Big Phil talking about you, Boosie. Yeah, I am. Not in a disparaging way, but I'm clarifying and clearing up the misconception and the bullshiggery that got the game effed up, Boosie Boo, because ain't no way in hell. Social media different. That's why I said if just imagine if Michael Jackson was in his prime when social media why this social media is out. Just imagine. Or if we had social media back then when he was out, because it's still a different age and time, whatever. Just imagine that D Blade H Town. What's goody like the mob, huh? Just imagine that. Boosie old enough to know this stuff. Zolan, that's a fact. That's a fact. Old enough to know better.